I'm working on some layers on this piece, and this is one of my health journeys, is making time for things that I am, things that bring me joy, things that are part of my identity, things that I've done for decades. And I had a bit of a health lapse last year, and I'm not sure what happened. I fell into the trap of trying to be everything for everybody to the point where I stopped doing the things that I do. And one of the things I am an artist. I have been a practicing artist for over 30 years. And what that means is it's part of my identity. It's part of how I am healthy about who I am and what I do. I'm published in an art history book. I've won, many things. Have I had success locally? No. And that's one thing I've had to come to terms with, is that if you're Puerto Rican, it's going to be pretty minimal to find support in a community that is Mexican predominantly. So I've had to go outside of this area to find support in other venues. And, it might be the ironic thing is that even in my own venue, I will have to probably find the type of support that I need. I'm used to that. Do I like it? No. But it's just been the reality of what I do. And, when Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera came here, and he was working on that huge mural, everybody was goo goo gaga about Diego Rivera. And you know how they identified Frida Kahlo as the person that dabbled in the arts. And wow, to think that you'd have to deal with that psychologically and still paint, that must have really hurt. Then, people are just oohing and ahhing over somebody else's work. And you're doing the day-to-day grind, and they're ignoring you, and you're not getting the media, even the public attention. So it really helps me put things in perspective, history, and various perceptions. And I'm going to get that real fine line here. I love to paint. It's been just who I am ever since I was a young child. It's been always part of my being and who I am. And, I might have only started painting professionally 30 years ago. But I've been painting ever since I was a wee one, painting and drawing, creating and making things. It has always been how I've identified myself. It's been just the tried and true of who I am. And it's something like when I do, I just feel this spirit and this magic coming over me. It's, it's something that just is part of me. I'm not competing. I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I am just being me, and I'm one with my paints. And I just love how I feel when I paint. And, and to lay it aside, I think I've gotten so busy supporting other people that I really neglected my own well-being. And, the pandemic gave me time to reassess that and think about, wow, what have I done to myself? What on earth, what on earth have I done to myself where I'm not taking care of myself? And it was presenting itself in physical ailments, and I'm the type of person that likes to identify problems early and correct them. And identifying one of the sources to my health and well-being was eye-opening. Yeah, I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't aware of how much it really helped me painting deal, not only with, my physical well-being, but my mental well-being. And, it's something that now that I'm aware of, I'm making conscientious efforts to take care of myself. Number one, now when I have exhibits here, I ask the other artists to pitch in. It means nothing to me if this community, what am I trying to say? This community can be really difficult for artists to perform in. A lot of people like to gravitate to what they call popular artists, like we have Nora Champa Mendoza come here. We do get a lot of people coming to visit, but as far as supporting, new artists or even established artists that may not be as popular, that is one of the weakest aspects of our community. They tend to just support the popular artists in the media, and that's really unfortunate because all of the artists here are making a contribution. And I would even say that the popular artists are aware of that too, that they value the other artists, because we're all part of a community. We're all part of this. Being an artist is not just the painting; it's the relationships and it's the social structure around each person that creates a piece. It's not just support, but it's this community, and it's not people saying they like your work or documenting it. It's people that have been there from the get-go, that when you weren't popular, that were there. When they were saying, oh, you're not a real artist, the ones that were there, they were the ones, before you were in the art history books, before you were winning awards. They were the people that were there, and artists understand that. So I hope people can be educated about the level of mental aptitude it takes to be a disciplined and artist with longevity. I hope people can find small ways. You might not be able to afford that $600 piece, but you know what? They probably have like a $20 piece, and maybe a copy available, or maybe they have a button or a bumper sticker or something. Those small things, we have all of that in our galleria, and there's still people that don't even go down to that level. It's a little frustrating. It's a little sad to see, but it just means that people need to be educated about supporting artists and why it's important to support it in our community. And I think definitely over time that will change, but we're still in a process of changing that. We are still in that process. And I am just loving this piece. I'm having so much fun with this. I'm going to get me another brush here. I've got my micro mini brush. And I'm going to go in here with some of my other favorite brushes. Kind of like this real smooth one. And just coming in and detailing the piece. I am working on a mural. And that's one of the problems with operating a gallery, I mean, one of the reasons I put so much support in is because of the lack of support that I had when I was even an established artist here. I still had to go outside of the community to find support. And maybe a lot of that was just because I was Puerto Rican and I was in predominantly a Mexican Chicano market. That could have very well been it. And and a lot of my work deals with a lot like Yolanda Lopez, reimagining, my identity as a woman and an artist through art. And, it's really great we support Yolanda Lopez, but there were so many people that were influenced by that, even like Esmeralda Perez and Anna Holguin that we currently have at our exhibit. I don't see I see a lot of flack. I see a lot of support for Yolanda now that she's passed, but I don't see the same level of support in our local community for artists that exhibit the same traits and the same aspirations and have won awards and are just marvelous artists. There still isn't that drive to support them through minor things. Now, if you can't afford to work, they have prints available. They have very affordable $15 to $20 pieces. How easy can that be? I mean, people can still buy that. That's important. And we need to do better in how we support our artists. We really fail in doing that, and when I'm very troubled when I see people really going after the big names in our community, the 2 or 3 big names, and ignoring all the phenomenal other artists that maybe are considered dabblers. No, there are people that have to pull in other jobs because you don't support their work. That's a sad thing. And I find myself even kind of in that slightly in that same boat. And that, I mean, I've supported myself through the work of my arts, but I really wanted to make sure other artists are supported. But in that same spirit and generating that amount of energy and time to do so, I've often given up my own work to do that. And that we can't go there. We can't, I can't give up who I am to the point of losing who I am. I'm at the peak of my game here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the peak and it's only going to get better.